we're doing something a little bit different today, and we're reacting to the poop cruise. Was Carnival Triumph really the cruise from hell?
More than 4,000 people are stuck on a cruise ship that is dead in the water.
There's a fire.
We were like, oh, the ship is on fire.
There's a lot of pooping.
It wasn't the fire that was the problem. It was the freaking toilets.
Just get me off the ship.
Looks like it's about to go down.
On February 7th, 2013, Carnival Triumph left the port of Galveston, Texas for a 4-night cruise. The plan? 2 relaxing sea days, then a stop in Cozumel, Mexico, before returning to Galveston. By February 10th, on the return leg of the journey, things started to go wrong. Very wrong.
We're first introduced to Devon, who has recently got engaged to his fiancée and has ended up on a cruise with his future in-laws. No pressure, right?
Then there's Rebecca and her dad, Larry. He's taken her away for some much-needed father-daughter time after a recent divorce.
Next up is Kaylin, Ashley and Jamie, a group of girlfriends on a bachelorette/hen party.
We put our luggage down and we went straight up to the bar.
Straight up to the bar, they're my type of girls.
It's a cruise. It's gonna be perfect.
Everyone's absolutely buzzing to be on board Carnival Triumph
Seems like everywhere you look, there's something to do.
for what should have been a fun, sunny escape.
The first thing we did was, grab a drink, go out on deck.
We were in the sun all day, drinking cocktails. It was amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, I think a Carnival cruise looks like so much fun. I think it would be a bit of us.
Jen was the voice of the Triumph.
Jen, the first crew member that we meet. She is the ship's cruise director.
Positive British woman. Hi. It's Jen. So excited.
I love the way Americans think how that's British.
Hi, how are you?
It's Jenny.
The ship is very much two worlds.
And then we meet Hannah, one of the bartenders, who reveals a lot of what goes on behind the scenes.
So much fun on the cruise ship when you are a crew. There's lots of sex.
You dirty girl. I'm not surprised. Is that why the crew are so happy a lot of the time? Because they're getting it regularly?
Everything went perfect up to that point. I mean, it really was. Couldn't ask for any better.
Everything's going well. The ship has made it to Cozumel. And they're all having an absolute brilliant time, which is what you would expect on a cruise.
I literally don't remember getting back on board.
At least they got a bit of the...
At least they got a bit of what they paid for.
We left our dignity in Cozumel.
Funny enough, you got drunk in Cozumel.
I did, and I was very drunk in Cozumel. I'm with you girls. I kind of want to go partying with them, not gonna lie. Maybe not this one. There's poop.
At 5:28 a.m. on day 4, alarms start going off in the cabins. Guests are jolted awake by the repeated call for Alpha Team.
Alpha.
Looking around, pitch black. What is going on?
I have no idea what Alpha Team Alert means.
Which, for those of you that don't know, is Carnival's code for a fire emergency.
Fire.
I was not in my own cabin when the alarm went. It happens.
Some engineer's bed, but the alarm's going off.
Appy, a chef working the night shift, assumes that it's a drill until he realises it's not a drill.
But within few seconds, I saw smoke coming out from the drain.
Seeing smoke. I mean, you've had it here, haven't you?
There were flames just shooting out of it.
Passengers are now just seeing the smoke coming out of the big red fin.
Oh, the ship is on fire.
God, a fire on board though. Can't get any worse than that really, can it?
So it turns out there's a fire in the engine room.
Get your engine rolling.
Stop.
By 6:14 a.m, Jen, the cruise director, gets on the tannoy to reassure everyone that things are under control, encouraging passengers to either grab breakfast or go back to bed.
Yep, there's a fire on board, but yeah, let's go have a coffee.
And then the lights go out.
And then the air conditioning shuts off. The ship has lost all power. It's now just dead in the water, floating in the Gulf of Mexico.
Somebody realised that the toilets weren't working.
That's over 4,000 people on board and no working loos.
Initially, it was, the idea of peeing overboard. Like, for a man, it's okay, but not for a woman. They will fall in.
That would be me.
Pee in the shower.
I think peeing in the shower is not so bad.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
We could deal with that.
And if you do need to do a number 2, we ask that you please do it in the red bag.
You want me to what?
Excuse me?
I'm not doing that.
I'd have that slipped under your door. Here's your poo bag.
Here's your poo bag. It's a bit like a dog, isn't it? If it's good enough for my dogs, it's good enough for me. But would you put in the red bag?
I mean, if you had to, I guess. It might be quite hard in the dark, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're in darkness as well.
Probably get it all over your hands. It would be cruise poo as well. Like, you know how gross your cruise poos are after you've eaten and drunk and everything. I don't think I'd be able to hold it. I think I would just have to do it.
Go for
Squat in it and just...
Like a squatty potty. Stephen, the ship's guest services manager, who luckily has access to a satellite phone, contacts Shoreside to report what's happened. Meanwhile, Buck, Carnival's PR rep, releases a holding statement.
There's been an engine room fire, but that's all we're saying for now.
The original plan is to tow the ship to Progreso, the nearest port in Mexico. So it turns out this fire is a lot worse than they originally thought.
That this is a lot more serious than first imagined.
Pretty much the fire had burned through all the power cables.
And there's no chance they're getting their power back. But inside the ship, things are getting grim.
Taking the beacon out of the life jacket, he told us to pour like soda on it so it gets wet.
Like this discotheque going on while you're doing it.
It's like a pee disco.
Oh my god, I'm traumatised. I had to pee on my leg. I had to pee in the shower. Most people pee in the shower anyway.
I don't.
Bet you do. They're really dramatising this, but it's just peeing in the shower. Like,
I think they're bringing out the comedy in this documentary, aren't they? They're
Yeah,
really trying
that was
to lighten the
funny.
mood a bit with it.
I was determined. I am not going to use.
Oh, he's
the red
holding
bag.
it. He does not want to poop in a red bag, does he?
He's like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it.
Just do it, mate. I believe in you. Without any aircon, the cabins are sweltering.
That's when I started to see people dragging their mattresses out on deck.
Why did he lie in the hallway?
The
I was going to say it'd be a fire hazard, but that's the least of their trouble.
Passengers start to drag their mattresses out of their cabins into the hallways, onto the decks, just to get a little bit of relief.
The next day, food starts to become an issue. Chef Abby has to throw out all of the perishable food.
And started to make sandwiches, onions, tomatoes, whatever we could find.
You would have to wait in line for 2 hours.
It took a complete turn from the first day where you walk around and there's food everywhere.
You think about how much food went to waste.
The chef is wanting to get some food to the passengers. That's the best they can do in the situation they've got at the moment.
But people start hoarding and storing food like squirrels.
Suddenly, people were very much like in survival mode. Everyone's out for themselves.
That's the thing, in these types of situations, it brings out the worst in people, doesn't it?
Then, at 1:43 p.m, another Carnival ship, the Legend, pulls alongside to drop off supplies. Some savvy guests realise that they can connect to the Legend's Wi-Fi and start messaging friends and family. I'm amazed their phones are still on at this point.
Yeah, I know. Mine would have been dead with battery by this point.
And suddenly, the media, particularly CNN, takes notice. Not of the fire, not of the engine failure. No, they focus on the poop situation.
That's when we started saying, this is a story.
There's a fire and people might be in danger. Oh, that's not a story. They're pooping in bags though. Wow, let's get to this story. Oh, just a quick one. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. And if you haven't yet, follow us on our social media. Ding, ding, ding.
By the next day at 12:17 p.m, Stephen gets a call from Shoreside. Forget Progreso. The ship has now drifted 100 nautical miles off course. They'll need to tow Carnival Triumph all the way to Mobile, Alabama instead.
That was like getting hit in the face.
This means at least 2 more days stranded at sea. And as you can imagine, the passengers were, let's say, not thrilled.
3 more days of this. It's not going to get better.
I don't know if I can hold it. I am not going to make it.
And then the showers stop draining because, of course, that was bound to happen.
So it would fill up the showers and it would just sit there.
We are screwed.
Devin hears a rumour that there's a working toilet somewhere on board and goes on a hunt for it.
Meanwhile, Chef Abby really needs to go number 2. But when he finds a bathroom, let's say he's just greeted with a horrific sight.
And it was the most nastiest thing I have ever seen in my life.
Poop, a layer of tissue, poop, layer another layer of tissue. It's layered, and he describes it as a lasagna.
So it was a layer after layer after layer. It was like a lasagna.
I'm so glad we're not having lasagna tonight. Devin does eventually find a working toilet and proudly tells his father-in-law. Surely that's got to earn him some brownie points. I had to.
In an effort to boost morale, Carnival opens the bar and gives out free drinks.
Whoa.
I know, right? Jen is not on board with this plan.
I was definitely against the idea of the open bar. People will go nuts.
As a passenger, I think I'd be very happy with that. I'd be like, yeah.
I'm sure they were very happy.
This is awesome. Free drinks. Let's go.
I can't see this ending very well.
No, especially in the conditions they're in.
Cruises are supposed to be fun. It's free booze.
How did the bartender calls it the craziest, drunkest, and busiest she's ever experienced?
Craziest, the busiest, the drunkest. Just give me the drink. Woo-hoo-hoo, yes.
What's the worst that could happen?
Urinating off the side of the ship.
Somebody threw the poop bag and the wind blew it back on somebody.
Could you imagine being that person? If I just got hit in the face with a poo bag, I would literally grab that bag and I would swing it back up and hit them back in the face. Or I'd be walking around the deck going, whose poop is this? Who's pooping this? Take that.
Husband and wife, and they were having sex right in front of me on the chair.
And that is why you don't mix poop and alcohol.
Honestly, the dad's quite concerned about his 12-year-old daughter because he's taken her for a fun cruise away, and now this turns this public brawl.
Dad, your job is to protect, and I can do anything.
After plenty of drunken antics, we can only imagine what else went on. Carnival quickly shuts the bars back down again.
Eventually, the tugboats arrive. But as they begin to tow Carnival Triumph, the weather takes a bit of a turn for the worst. The combination of the rough weather and the towing situation causes the ship to list heavily to one side. And I think those toilets and showers are full.
Probably the tipping point. Uh-oh. The whole thing's flooded.
Which leads to raw sewage sloshing around in the corridors.
Raw sewage water.
Squish, 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 squish. And you know what you're standing in.
I would throw up. I would throw up. The news is all over it. Helicopters are circling, planes are flying overhead.
Everyone's calling, everyone's wanting interviews.
But finally, at 9:29 p.m. on day 8, Carnival Triumph pulls into Mobile, Alabama.
They got an extended holiday.
Yeah.
I never get an extended holiday.
Would you want an extended holiday like that?
Nah, I'm all right.
Passengers are desperate to get off, but many of them are still full of praise for the hard-working crew who stuck it out with them.
I just remember thanking the crew. I mean, where in their job description was picking up people's feces?
So many of them credited the Carnival crew members with superhuman effort.
So heartwarming that in this absolute poop show appreciated all this work that those crew members did.
Yeah, like, just proud of the team, really, for everybody sticking together and working so hard.
We find it crazy that these terms and conditions were actually a part of the ticket contract at the time.
You certainly don't see that disclaimer on the commercial.
Thankfully, Carnival did later remove this. Rebecca and Larry still enjoy cruises together, just not on Carnival.
Abby has never looked at lasagna the same way again.
Look at his face.
And as for Devin?
We totally made it through this together, didn't we? And we didn't have to use a red bag.
Is she still sailing today? Well, no, surely not. But the Carnival Sunrises, they changed the name. The question is, would you sail on this ship knowing what happened on it? Let us know in the comments if you would. If you like this video of us reacting to cruise content, let us know by pressing the like button. And if we get enough likes, then we'll do another one.
Wait a minute, did anybody get any compensation?
Passengers were given a full refund, transportation expenses, a $500 payment, and offered a free cruise.
Squish, 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 squish.
It's day 2 on this poop cruise. The Triumph just went poop. There's poop in the rooms, poop in the halls. And it's been all day since I had a poop.